Today on Be Your Own Contractor, we focus on the exterior of the home.
It's a huge statement. It covers, quite a bit of your presentation to the public.
We find out why they made their choices.
And the thing that really sold us on a stucco finish was its low maintenance quality.
Hear about the work.
Putting up siding was comparatively easy.
And see what went wrong.
You can see where I heated it too soon, and I caused an actual gap in the product.
Those stories coming up on Be Your Own Contractor's Look at Exterior Siding. Hi, I'm Brad Staggs. Welcome to Be Your Own Contractor, where we get to meet folks from across the country who took on the ultimate how-to project. They oversaw and were hands-on contractors in building their dream homes. Today, we learn what they did when it came to the exterior siding. Their first order of business, choosing the type of siding they wanted.
This is white pine, and I used it throughout for siding.
So I chose to use vinyl siding.
I decided I was going to use stucco.
We chose two different types of vinyl to put on the exterior.
The exterior veneer that we decided on was stucco.
As you can see, there are lots of choices, and picking the right exterior siding for your house is not a decision to be taken lightly.
When you're choosing your exterior material, it's a huge statement. It covers, quite a bit of your presentation to the public of what your house is. And so you want it to be done well, and you want it to be something that you can live with over time.
Lots of thought went into our contractors' decisions, and all of them believe they had good reasons for their selections.
We chose the stucco finish for a couple of reasons. One of them is we felt that the stucco texture kind of went with the design of the house as we created it. Another reason was because it was a low-cost alternative, and that was really attractive to us.
This is white pine, and I used it throughout for siding. I got it from a local sawmill. There are a few still in existence, but they're dying out fast. And I liked it because I liked how it would accept the stain. It's an oil stain, and I wanted the texture.
This type of finish is called steel trowel smooth integral color stucco. And it was a choice because, it's a reasonably economic one. It was in keeping with the style of house, and it's relatively low maintenance.
Maintenance was a big concern for our do-it-yourself contractors when they were deciding on their exterior siding.
In the design of the house, one of my main goals was to have a low-maintenance house. I wanted a house that once I was done, I wasn't going to have to touch again for a long time. So we chose a colored stucco. There's no paint on this, and there will be no paint, so that I wouldn't have to paint again.
And the thing that really sold us on a stucco finish was its low maintenance quality. Once the stucco is applied, except for an occasional crack here or there down the years, there's really absolutely nothing that we have to do with it.
Sometimes your siding preference has to meet your special needs.
I didn't want to use vinyl because vinyl off-gases, and I do have chemical sensitivities. I thought that was very important to feel like I could sit on the porch and not worry about the siding off-gassing. Or if we decided to open the window, I wouldn't have to worry about gases coming in the window. So that was very important to me.
They went with fiber cement siding instead of vinyl, but not just because of the off-gassing.
I didn't really like the look of vinyl siding either. I didn't care for it. I didn't feel it would fit on the style of house we wanted.
It didn't look authentic. It didn't look like a Victorian house. From a distance maybe, but not when you're close in.
When it comes down to it, the overall look you want for your house will most likely outweigh any other consideration and play the biggest role in your choice for the exterior of your home. Now, when we come back,
This type of finish is called steel trowel smooth integral color stucco.
wow, when that's one of your options, you know you've got lots of choices for the stucco. We'll find out about them when Be Your Own Contractor returns.
This program brought to you by the Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
You can turn a high traffic area into a high fashion area. No one has a more stylish selection, and no one has more carpet know-how than the Home Depot. And nobody beats our prices. Only the Home Depot has Stainmaster's new Platinum Plus collection with the industry's best warranty. Installation is guaranteed through the Home Depot. It's premium carpet that's as soft and beautiful as it is durable. You can make your home wall-to-wall wonderful. Only at the Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
Hey, do-it-yourselfers! DIY Network has totally renovated our program lineup.
We've completely changed our schedule
to make it easier for you to find the shows you want.
Monday nights, DIY is crafting.
Tuesday is gardening and landscaping.
Wednesdays and Thursdays are all about home improvement.
Friday is automotive.
And since weekends are all about projects, Saturdays and Sundays are
jam-packed with the shows that you want.
The new programming lineup on DIY Network. Online at DIYnetwork.com.
Welcome back to Be Your Own Contractor. So far we've seen their choice of exterior siding and the factors that went into making that decision. And those who chose stucco had some more things to figure out.
There are a variety of different kinds of stucco. There is a 3-coat stucco, which is basically your base coat and then a surface coat and then a topping coat. This is a 2-coat stucco. It's a base coat and a top coat.
And there are even different types of top coats to choose from.
This type of finish is called steel trowel smooth integral color stucco. And that means that it's very smooth, it doesn't have a lot of texture to it, and as such, it tends to show cracks. And it will crack, and you're warned about it ahead of time. And one of the beauties of this kind of finish is that, you know, immediate aged look, which is a nice piece of character.
Like most stucco jobs, Jody's included an integral color coat, but stucco can be painted.
It can be very, very decorative if it's painted. We have a finished painting. We have plans to. When we do paint, the texture that we have right in here is really going to jump out, and it's going to be very, very pretty.
Some contractors advocate that you should paint stucco instead of doing the integral color coat. And you know, I'm not of that school. I mean, I think the biggest benefit to stucco is that it is maintenance free.
So what did Skip use for his color coat?
There is an alternative now, and that is these different kinds of acrylic products that they use as a color coat. Liquidy kind of material, but it has like sand. You know, it has like it has sand in it. And I've been telling people for years that this is the way to go. You should use this product. So you get the benefit of the flexibility and eliminating the cracks. I mean, there's not a crack in this building. You also get the waterproofing of it, you know, because it's a plastic type of material.
And that waterproofing quality is very important because any moisture that penetrates to the interior walls can lead to the buildup of toxic mold, which is a growing problem in this country, especially with faux stucco that's been improperly installed. To learn more about the problem of toxic mold in your home, log on to our website at DIYnetwork.com. Now, the next big decision these folks had to make was who's putting their exterior siding up?
On the exterior of the house, we chose to put vinyl siding up. This was a project that was completed by my wife, myself, my children. We put it all up in a stage of a week.
This takes an awful lot of artistic skill and ability. This was one of the 2 things that I chose not to do on the house because I felt like this was an area I wanted to have a really pretty finish, and I didn't have the skill to do it. So this one I did subcontract out.
Stucco work is not an easy job for the do-it-yourselfer, but Lynn found a way to do some of the prep work.
I didn't do the actual troweling portion of the mixing of the stucco material, but what I did is I installed the underlayment, which was the 2 layers of paper over siding, and then the steel chicken wire over the top of that. Got everything ready for the artisan who came in here and put the stucco on for me.
That helped him save some money, which for some is the biggest benefit to doing it yourself.
I didn't need to have to spend the cost on labor. I didn't need to spend the cost on materials. This is the perfect product for an individual who wants to be their own contractor.
Saving money isn't the only benefit.
Sure, there are a lot of jobs here you could turn over, you know, to an outside contractor, and he'd come in. And there are all kinds of people out there. And a lot of them that don't measure the criteria of excellence along the lines I do. I'm fussy. I want a job and I want it well done. And I know if I'm doing it I'm going to do it along those lines and to the very best of my ability.
Coming up next.
I had a man lined up to help me do the installation, and the siding didn't come, and by that time the guy that was working for me ended up getting another job.
Our do-it-yourself contractors tell us about the installation and the challenges they faced when Be Your Own Contractors Look at Exterior Siding returns.
You've reached the county clerk. For a business license, please press 1 now. For a fishing license, press 2 now. For a fishing license, press 2 now. For a fishing license, press... For a fishing license, press 2 now. Please hold. Ingrid, the queen of hearts. Knowing it ain't really smart.
Sometimes a small business owner needs to talk to a real person.
Anything for you.
The City Business Card, with real live small business specialists on the phone. That's a card you can count on.
I offered you protection. You refused me. Well, look at you now.
Yeah, I know.
Boys, show him the trunk.
Get trusted protection with Prestone ready to use. Perfect for topping off any make, any model car. Add any color antifreeze.
It's funny how top him off sounds like knock him off. Hey, not that funny.
Trust Prestone for your own protection.
Okay, sir, here's your Avis Care package with local information, traffic rules, and a map.
What would it be like if Avis didn't try harder?
Did Brad ask about me? Well,
do you have a map?
I gave you a map.
No, you didn't. I never.
Yes, I did.
I never got it.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Can I have another map?
No.
Okay. If we didn't try harder, we wouldn't be Avis.
Thanks.
Now rent 3 times and get a free weekend on us. Go to avis.com to find out more.
It's all about the O, and the O is all about the clothes. Sometimes it's all about the outdoors. It's all about the office. It's all about the home and books, music, and videos. Then again, on occasion, it's all about the gold.
Save on thousands of products at Overstock.com. It's all about the O.
It's a heavyweight night. Chris Byrne defends his crown against giant Jameel McCline. Andrew Galata's out to take down Jean Ruiz. Top contender Hasim Rahman against bone crusher Cali Meehan. Plus 4-time champ Evander Holyfield. Byrne versus McCline, Ruiz versus Galata, Rahman versus Meehan, and Holyfield versus Donald. Saturday, November 13th, live on pay-per-view.
Have you heard? Alpacas are the livestock changing people's lives all across America.
I've always been an animal lover and have had several different types of livestock. And in the last 6 years, having the alpacas, it's been a wonderful family experience. The children have been involved in the day-to-day care. Overall, this has been an absolutely wonderful lifestyle for the kids and I.
Visit an alpaca farm today. To locate an alpaca farm near you, go to alpacainfo.com or call 1-800-213-9522.
Most do-it-yourself projects involve working with your hands. On one hand, it's a lot of fun. On the other, it's a lot of work. It's a delicate balance. And if you need a hand, it's good to know there's DIY to the rescue. Our home repair experts are hitting the road to help you climb back to DIY success. DIY to the rescue. Coming up next on DIY Network.
Welcome back to Be Your Own Contractors. Look at the home's exterior. Now, according to some of our contractors, putting up the exterior siding was not that difficult.
Well, putting up siding was comparatively easy. You've got the sheathing under it, which is your plywood sheathing. What I did with this, as opposed to nails, I used screws and a screw gun. And I find that works very well.
Okay, first of all, the siding is easy to put up. It works just like wood does, but it's much better than wood because it doesn't shrink, it doesn't swell, is not going to rot, the bugs won't eat it, and it holds paint real well. The only thing bad about putting it up is cutting it. You do need a diamond blade to cut it. It makes a lot of dust if you do that.
But cutting the fiber cement siding wasn't the only bad part for John Spracklin. He ran into a problem just getting the material for his 4,000 square foot house.
I originally ordered the siding and expected it to be in by February. I had a man lined up to help me do the installation. And by that time, the guy that was working for me ended up getting another job.
Fiber cement siding isn't widely used, but John and his wife, Betty King, really wanted it for their Victorian-style house on 30 acres of farmland in Olmsted, Kentucky. So John had to work the phones to get his material.
I called him, talked to him, and he says, I can get you exactly what you want, no problem. And I said, well, I'm going to be buying it through the local lumber yard. He says, well, just have that guy call. Here's my name, here's my number. So that's what I did. I went to the local lumber yard and said, call this guy in Louisville and order it through him. And then I got it in about a month.
He got the material, but he no longer had his help.
And he ended up installing almost all of it with no help.
I ended up installing all of it.
All of it with no help.
By myself.
So this material is very heavy.
John says things went pretty smoothly, but Betty didn't like it when he was working on the taller parts of the house.
In particular from the basement area, going up very high on scaffolding to work, that was very nerve-wracking. I would sometimes just leave home for the day. I couldn't stand the thought of him being up that high on scaffolding.
One thing all of our do-it-yourself contractors stress is you have to pay attention to safety when you're doing any of the work, especially if it involves scaffolding or ladders. Remember that. And keep in mind that putting up siding is easier with some help. So some of our contractors made it a family affair.
The manufacturer that we received the vinyl siding from gave us an instruction video. We followed the instruction video. My wife, my kids, we all put this up in a matter of a week or two. Very easy product to put up.
This is, as I said before, white pine. Very workable, nice wood. I like to work with pine, really, as opposed to oak. If you've got a sawmill in your area, do it, because you'll save yourself, I would say, at least 50% the cost of the wood. I've hand sanded this to cut some of the hairy stuff off, and that was a fairly long process with a hand sander. But so you can touch it without getting splinters, still get the texture on it.
Fred did pretty much all of the work on his house himself, but he was glad to get some help with the siding.
This was one major contribution that my wife participated in. I would cut the boards to size, and we'd have sawhorses set up right out here, and she would stain them. And as they dried, I would take the boards back and put them up. And so we were a team, and it helped enormously. If we were to have put these up and then gone back and tried to stain them in place, it would have been a nightmare.
Al Sane can relate, but he had a different way of avoiding a staining nightmare.
For the exterior skin of the house, I chose to use vinyl siding, and my reasoning was based on my previous house, which was a nice vertical siding, but it was cedar, which required a lot of maintenance. But the one part I liked about it was the vertical lines. So when I chose to go vinyl, I actually used a product that they typically use for soffit and ran it vertical to get the same look as the cedar siding. It's really a nice finish. It has a nice look, reduced the maintenance, and it was relatively lower in cost.
Coming up next.
Down here at the bottom, you can see where I heated it too soon, and I caused an actual gap in the product. Now I'm going to have to come back in and caulk this to prevent moisture from getting down into my foundation.
We see some of the problems with the exterior trim work that our contractors faced when Be Your Own Contractor continues.
You can turn a high traffic area into a high fashion area. No one has a more stylish selection, and no one has more carpet know-how than the Home Depot. And nobody beats our prices. Only the Home Depot has Stainmaster's new Platinum Plus collection with the industry's best warranty. Installation is guaranteed through the Home Depot. It's premium carpet that's as soft and beautiful as it is durable. You can make your home wall-to-wall wonderful. Only at the Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
Hi, I'm Kathy Ireland. Holiday cheer is fun and easy with brilliant lighting designs from my exclusive collections, available at Lamps Plus.
Get your home ready for the holidays at Lamps Plus. Save on hundreds of brands and styles. Designs from Quoizel, Maxim Lighting, new looks from Minka, and elegant designs from Murray Feist. It's our biggest sale of the season. View it all at lampsplus.com.
Please experience my collections and more at lampsplus.com or visit a Lamps Plus superstore near you.
Yeah, I'm a preferred service member. You don't have to go to the counter. You can go right to your car.
What would it be like if Avis didn't try harder?
Is this the line to check in? Oh, great.
Get a load of the new guy. I'm too good to wait in line.
If we didn't try harder, we wouldn't be Avis. Now rent 3 times and get a free weekend on us. Go to avis.com to find out more.
I don't get it.
Why is it easier to take pictures
Than it is to print them. Why?
or scan them? Why?
Transfer them. Find them. Blow them up. Clean them up. Heaven help us. Store them.
Very complicated.
Now there's a way to uncomplicate. Lexmark, our all-new home photo center, makes it easy to see, enhance, scan, and print your photos. Go to lexmark.com or these stores and see how we can help you uncomplicate.
12,000 projects, one website, DIYnetwork.com. From DIY, the do-it-yourself network.
Welcome back to Be Your Own Contractor. Before the exterior of their house was complete, our do-it-yourself contractors had to think about the trim.
Due to the covenants in our neighborhood, we all have to put some sort of brick around the foundation of the house. What appears to be brick is really not brick. It's actually a vinyl product. The whole purpose to doing this product was, 1, to eliminate using a mason, 2, was to eliminate the cost of brick and mortar, and 3, was to give myself a curb appeal for the aesthetics of the house.
Covering up your foundation is not a requirement everywhere. Some did it for looks.
Around the areas of the house where we're going to have a lot more landscaping, I just chose to use a synthetic stucco. The synthetic stucco can be applied right over top of that rubber membrane and waterproof the rest of the foundation and give it a nice look behind the landscaping.
But Al wasn't done covering up the foundation.
The next thing was the finish, and for the front of the house where you see more of it, I wanted a stone foundation. In this case, I used a simulated stone. If you can see down below, there's a steel mesh that was attached to the ICF foundation, and then these stones were placed one at a time on a bed of mortar right into that mesh. These stones actually are poured concrete and then colored to look like field stone. So it's a fairly simple process to put them on. I did it all myself. I'd never done any brickwork before, so it's kind of a nice look.
One contractor wanted that nice look as a compliment to his stucco.
One of the elements that I really like in this house is this stonework. You know, I really like the idea of using natural materials, and I like the idea of stone on the house. When we were researching to find out, we're thinking about doing the rock work, well, using natural stone was prohibitively expensive. We discovered this material, which is actually a man-made. It's stone that is cast using concrete. It is amazingly strong and very friendly for somebody who's doing it themselves.
And they also make corner pieces that are just as user-friendly. But that's not necessarily the case with all materials.
One of the considerations that we had to think about was corners. I tried 3 different corner methods to try to achieve a cohesiveness coming around the corner. The third method was, as you see here, was trying to heat the panel and then bend it around the corners. The downside to doing this way was when we heated it, would cause stress fractures if we tried to heat it or bend it too soon. Down here at the bottom, you can see where I heated it too soon, and I caused an actual gap in the product. Now I'm going to have to come back in and caulk this to prevent moisture from getting down into my foundation.
You'll notice there's aluminum fascias and soffits where the color is essentially baked into the aluminum, and so therefore we don't have to paint fascias, don't have to paint soffits. Same thing is with the windows. They're also clad in aluminum with that color that goes through, and so therefore we don't ever have to worry about the finish on that. Our goal throughout the process, or one of our goals, was low maintenance and low upkeep, because we realized that we have to spend a lot of time working on just finishing the house. We don't want to go back and have to keep things up and maintain things. We wanted to have a place to move to as soon as I retired. And so what we did is we hired a general contractor to essentially provide us a shell that we could move into. Then when we retired, we moved here, then with a long-term plan, probably about 10 years or so, in order to go ahead and finish the interior of the house. Also, all of the landscaping around the outside of the house.
That's why it was so important to Andy and his wife Peg to not have any maintenance. They already had enough work to do.
We don't want to go back and have to keep things up and maintain things. One example that you can see from this view of the house is the gable vents. They are actually wood and they are painted. I've already had to rig up a scaffold, climb all the way up there, scrape those, sand those, and repaint them again. And already the paint, because of the temperature extremes between the winter and the very intense sun in the summertime, those things are already starting to peel again, and so I'm going to have to go up yet once again to repaint those gable vents. And that really shows the beauty of the aluminum detailing on the outside of the house as well as the stucco finish.
Our contractors have shared some valuable insights into getting the exterior siding done when you're acting as your own contractor. And it's all information you need to know if you're going to tackle the job. Log on to our website at DIYnetwork.com for more information on any of our do-it-yourself contractors, the houses they built, their experience, and advice. I'm Brad Staggs. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Be Your Own Contractor.
I'm William Kugel. To a horse, this is just a horseshoe nail. To me, this is an angel. I describe myself as an artist that shoes horses. The artwork that I do is something that I do also because I enjoy, but primarily I continue shoeing because I enjoy it. What I'm going to do is transform one small horseshoe nail into a figure of an angel. It takes a tremendous amount of hand strength to bend the nails. I've been shoeing horses for a long time. I've developed a tremendous amount of strength in my hands. I've tried to teach my family how to bend them to help me out, and have come to realize that bending nails is not easy at all. I'm going to take a nail and I'm going to make the lower part of this angel, which is a skirt. Now what we're going to do is solder these together. This is soldering flux. I use a oxygen acetylene jeweler's torch, and we're going to solder these nails together. Again, we're just going to heat the nails up slightly. Now what we're going to do is add on what will become the wings. Now we're going to add a halo. This is just a brass wire. Now have an angel with our halo. We'll turn this into a piece of jewelry. This piece will now be cast in sterling silver. And this is the final result of the work with the horseshoe nails. I'm William. I sculpt with horseshoe nails, and I do it myself.
Take a trip with DIY to get your craft seaworthy on Ship Shape Boating. Saturday at 10:30 Eastern on DIY Network.